Welcome, welcome, welcome. Christelle's getting on in just a second. And it is such a delight to have you all back. I think it's, hi Christelle. We have one person that calls in. Oh. Yes, we have a special guest tonight. It's Angela, and Marjorie's daughter is here with us. So what a special treat. She's from LA. So say hi to Christelle.
Hello.
And
hi there.
I'm really excited about the new format. I think it gives you longer to integrate and try on the new things. This new 3 months is going to be all review.
Okay.
It's all review because I think that's what you guys need. Mm-hmm. And you know me, I always am researching, doing things to find new stuff for you guys. And I found a new book that I just love, and I shared it with Marjorie and I shared it with Christelle. Christelle, did you have a chance to look at it at all?
I wasn't, it kind of hooks you once you sign up on like the 30-day trial thing, and then it like, so I didn't get to sign up for the free e-thing, but I did check it out. I didn't like go and like look inside this book and do that, but I wasn't able to actually listen to it on the audio.
With Audible, you can sign up for it, and then you cancel it immediately, and you get the book for free, and you'll have it forever. So
yeah, I just okay. I'm just always leery to do that, but
okay.
I figured that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, but you can. Audible's great, but it's really neat. This book. So Marjorie said today. I always tell you guys that it's my favorite book. It's my favorite book. But seriously, this book is
your favorite book.
It's my new favorite book. Next month there might be another one, but I am serious. I've been doing this for 2 weeks, and it's changing my life. And that's a lot, because you guys know that I do a lot of things that really have changed my life. And so it's called The Energy Codes. Have you heard of it?
You had texted to me, but
yeah. So it's by Sue Morter, and Sue Morter, she runs a course that I take. It's called The Year of Miracles. But she's a chiropractor, and her husband developed the best method. And it's all about, okay, so you know that we are all energy. The world is energy, and as we increase our frequencies and our energy in our bodies, we get happier, we get healthier, but more importantly than that, we are living at the vibration, a higher vibrational field where we feel better, our bodies feel better, we release weight, we can't get illnesses, aches and pains go away. So I'm gonna suggest that we maybe do a book club for those of you that want to study this book. And if you don't, that's fine. You know, maybe we'll just talk about it and see. But we're gonna do one exercise to get started with it first. An exercise that I've been doing every day, and it's really been helping me just feel better. And I feel pretty good most all the time. So I'm kind of surprised that there's something new that helps me to actually even feel better than I already do. And like this morning I got up, I had unlimited energy. I went to a yoga class at 6 a.m. without driving. I took my husband to an oral surgery appointment, but instead of doing what I normally do and focusing on this program like all day Tuesday, I said I'm going to play and have fun today. So I went out to lunch with my girlfriend, and I actually got a massage, and I'm ready for you. So that's how it's changing. Mm-hmm. Like things are just opening up. I went, do I have time to go out? It was my girlfriend's birthday. And it all just fell into place. So without stress, without ease. So let's do this exercise, and you can be the judge and see if it makes you feel any better. There's tons more. She goes into forgiveness. She goes into limiting beliefs. She goes into a lot of things that we've been studying here, but she takes it to a deeper level. So I thought it'd be fun to either, number one, introduce a new exercise every time we meet, and just kind of give you guys snippets and tastes of it, or we could actually do once a month, we could all read a chapter and have a special class or an online class. So let's think about that, and we can vote on it at the end. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Great. So This is called central channel breathing. And Angela, you don't know this, but I'm an acupressurist.
Okay.
So I help heal bodies with their energy with my fingers.
Okay.
And I'm also a nutritionist. But because the world's made of energy, the more we increase our energy, the better we feel. And this is central channel. So we have governing vessel at our back, which is a channel, and central channel is what open. Hi Seema, welcome. Come sit down. This is Angela. She's Marjorie's daughter,
Hi, Angela.
and she's here visiting with us.
Hi, guys. Hi.
So we're gonna do a meditation, and we'll tell you what we just talked about in a minute. But this is central channel breathing. The reason why central channel is so powerful, when you open up your central channel, you open up this incredible energy. And we know that the universe, God, is something that we all believe in, but it's opening up a frequency to be more connected so you can manifest the life you love. So it's really easy to do this. So just kind of shake yourself off, get in your chair, and just sit up straight and tall. Take a nice deep breath in. Let's take 3 deep breaths in. Another big breath in. And notice how you're feeling now, because I want you to notice how you feel afterward. One more big breath in. Perfect. So we're going to do Mula Bandha. And this is just a fancy, some of you may have heard it if you've ever done yoga, but it's about having an energy lock right in your groin, right in your pelvis. So imagine that you have helium balloons. You have a bunch of helium balloons up here, and you have strings that are coming down, and they're going right to your groin. And all those strings are holding you down there. And all of you have been pregnant except for Ellie. So when you were pregnant, did you ever do Kegel exercises? So it's like the Kegel exercise, okay? And all you do is hold that lock. So take a nice deep breath in and you hold that lock. So keep that lock, just hold on to it.
Hold the breath too?
No, you can breathe,
keep
you can breathe.
breathing.
But just hold that lock, hold that energy. And believe me, this was really hard for me when I first started doing it. Keep holding the lock so it gets easier. So just trust that one. Now you're going to have another lock in your heart chakra. This is where we bring love and light and energy into our bodies. So squeeze your pectoral muscles, the ones right in your back. Pull your shoulders back and down, and then squeeze your heart muscles. Just squeeze into your heart, pretend like you have vice grip right into your heart, and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now we're going to do your throat. So take a nice deep breath and pull the muscles in your throat back and down. Kind of clench your jaw and press everything together. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And then we're going to go into your pineal, which is your pineal controls and regulates all of your hormones. So now squeeze the pineal, just that upper part. Imagine really squeezing it, squeezing it, squeezing it. And now we're going to take 6 deep breaths, holding all these places. Ready? Big deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. Close your eyes if it feels better, and exhale. Inhale. One more time. Keep squeezing. Squeeze all those places, even if it feels a little uncomfortable. Inhale. And one last one. Make this one your best one. And let it all go. Shake yourself out. And then close your eyes and notice, what are you feeling in your body? Are you feeling a little more open? A little more centered? Did something, like my neck release, my neck was a little tight? Notice if anything opened up for you. What happened? You can open your eyes now. What do you notice? Anything?
I think I only tighten one spot.
Okay, got it. It takes time.
I
Just
try.
like
It's stressful.
it's kind of loosening the chest. It just, you felt like this weight lifting off your chest.
Release.
Exactly, that's what it is. So I'm gonna record this for you, and I would love for all of you to try that this week and see what it does for you. I mean, we just kind of went through it quickly, and she does a lot of other things with it. But, and now Ellie is gonna make you a plate of food. So we're gonna have tacos tonight, but these are vegetarian tacos with sweet potatoes. And- Oh, absolutely. So you can wash them here. There's soap, and I'll get you I will get you a towel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take it, sweetie. And there's soap right in that container. Absolutely.
This
Um,
to be smaller.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Well, and tell them, Barbara, I would love for you to share real quickly what you told me when you walked in. You let go of some of the things you were holding on to.
Yeah, I felt like I was trying to do too much, you know, and being really hard on myself because I couldn't get it all done and I couldn't do all the things that I wanted to do and it was making me crazy. So the more I would, just in general, just like there were so many things and they were all really good and it's like, why can't I do it? What's wrong with me? Why can't, you know, and I finally just let go, you know, I just let go and take the time to do what I can do, you know, which was a lot still, you know, but yeah, I feel really
So what
good.
does your new program look like?
Well, I'm not eating, I'm eating most of what we're eating here, but I'm not eating like sugar at all. I mean, like I'm done with, because I didn't realize how much sugar was in honey. I mean, I was loving my tea with honey. That was like my comfort. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, once in a while tea with honey. But I mean, I found a new taste I like that Tulsi brand. It's rose tea. Oh,
Isn't it good?
it's so yummy.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
It's just
She-
rose.
yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. So I've just, you know, pretty much left sugar alone. And I left, you know, bread pretty much alone.
Did
Bread.
some
But
of
still
the-
these crackers and all of that is still on
Yeah.
what I'm doing. But
But so did some of the play work that you did help you to get to the space you're in now?
it did. I mean, a lot of the, you know, I went through a lot of my paperwork that Catherine had given us, and I've done the program a few times, and I know that it's really the only thing that ever worked for me. Seriously, I mean, in many years. I still try the tapping. I still, you know, I'm still trying to do that. But my meditation is almost daily. You know, that's prayer and meditation, and I journal every day. And yeah, it's not.
So all of those things are bringing you to a different vibrational frequency. When we meditate, we're not in this frenzy.
Mhm.
So we get ourselves to a different vibrational frequency. And so I'll tell you guys I've released 8 pounds, kind of without even trying. My husband released 30. And Angela, we
Without
say,
trying?
no, he tried. So he was on MyFitPal,
Oh, yeah.
and that was 3 years ago. And he had about 40 pounds to release. We don't say the L word in this class because it's all about our mindset. Yeah. Like, what's that? Yeah, because we don't want to find it. And it's all about our words and what we create.
Sure.
So Dan lost, I said it.
You
So
said it.
I did.
You released?
He released 40 pounds about 3 years ago. And then he retired and he started driving for Uber and he sat all the time. And they had all these competitions with Uber where you could get more money if you did extra rides. So he was becoming a guy behind his steering wheel where he didn't exercise anymore. So he went back on Lose It and he's down 30 pounds. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I could release about 5 pounds. I thought, you know, I'm going to try that too, but I'm going to do it differently. And so I said, I'm going to eat more vegetables.
Milk and coffee.
Milk or coffee. So I want you to think about what's happening. Your insulin levels are spiking, and then they're crashing. And when they crash, that's when our body signals us that we're hungry. And so, cutting out sugar is an awesome thing to do, and it's gradual, right? But in the morning, when you're eating really well, I suggest you put a little fat in it to stay satiated. Put some coconut oil in it. Coconut is so good for your gut, too. But again, ask yourself, what am I really hungry for? If your stomach's growling, you're truly hungry.
Because I'm losing energy too.
Yeah.
Because I wake up in the morning, make my daughter's lunch, go
Uh-huh.
to work, come back, take the dog for a walk, and by the time I'm home, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And then if I don't do that overnight oats thing, I tend to go for dairy because that's quick. I just stick it in the microwave and if I drink a glass of
You tend to go for dairy.
Mhm.
So think of milk. Milk is lactose. So it's straight sugar. It just hits you like sugar. And that's going to spike your insulin levels and crash. So, make a batch of those oatmeal for the whole week. I know it gets boring, right? Because we have those comfort foods. But what I really want you to start asking yourself is not, am I hungry inside?
Give me some eggs.
What am I really hungry for? Am I hungry to be more satisfied in life? I want you to start, when you feel that hunger, journal 3 sentences. Breathe into your body. If you can, it'll take 30 seconds. And say, what am I really hungry for? Start asking those powerful questions because there probably is something more that your body needs that's a non-food that's going to be a lot more satisfying than that food. Does that make sense? Just sit with it. Like instead of powering through at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you're feeling really hungry, stop, breathe. Get out a piece of paper and write 3 sentences. What am I really hungry for? Start asking the universe, what is it that I really need to satisfy me, not just with food, with life? The more you ask those questions, the universe is very empowering. And you can call it God, you can call it universe, whatever you want. I use it universe in this class just to make it more generic. But it's more about, we need to ask empowering questions of the universe. We can't just say, if you can't make your bills or whatever, gosh, please bring me more money. Or, oh, I can't lose this weight. Please, how can I lose this weight? Those are not empowering questions. Empowering questions are more about your legacy. And when you ask the universe questions, especially empowering questions, the universe is trained to answer you and give you what you need. And so the more you can ask the questions that are empowering, like, what would make me feel more satisfied? Or what am I really here on this planet for? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? It's funny how those little things start getting really taken care of because we're asking empowering questions. So I invite all of you to try those things on. So Asmita, can you try those this week? And instead of, oh, I'm hungry, I need to eat, and I'm gonna plow through, get out a piece of paper and write 3 or 4 sentences. You don't I know you're working, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of time really, writing for 30 minutes, but breathe into your body and ask your body what you really need. It's biologically individual for everyone, or like for you, Barbara, when you're out driving, you can daydream and gosh, you can say something like, what would it be like if my body was in perfect health? What would it be like if my body was at my perfect weight? Those are the questions the universe wants. And that's why I said this time around, we're going to a deeper level. We're really gonna tap into our universal force and get those energies at a different level. Is everybody in agreement with that? Because I love doing this, but I think we need to take it a little deeper so we can really, really meet your goals. So the breathe in before the meal, and you guys all have this document. Always, always sit down when you eat. Don't graze the refrigerator. Sit down, put your food on a plate, gratitude, and bring your attention to the food like you did tonight. Really bring your attention to the food. And Christelle, good for you, you're doing this, so huge kudos. And listen to your body. If you're eating fast, you can't eat until you're satisfied because you're not listening to your body. But when you eat slow and mindfully, you're listening to your body and your body responds in kind. And really, this is a great one. 3 hours before you go to bed, just stop eating because you probably don't need food. It's just habit. You're finally calm, especially like when you're not mindfully eating, you're eating in front of the TV with a big bowl of popcorn or something worse, right? We've all done it. I mean, oh my gosh. The lecture I gave this weekend was all about mindful eating, and it was to corporate America. There were about 200 people in the room, and it was they just had 2 lectures before. It was a track, and it was right before lunch. Oh my gosh, these people were like, they were bugs, deer in the headlights, because they didn't want to hear about mindful eating. They wanted to know about calories, carbs, and fats, and I wasn't going to talk about that because I don't think that's what really gets us to our perfect weight. But it was so funny because they were like, huh? It was a great practice. Next time I'll speak to a women's group.
There were men.
There were men and women. It was
Oh.
mixed. They didn't ask for this lecture. They were just there, and it was free. So, good experience, right? And I learned to not put so much perfection. I spent 6 weeks memorizing, practicing that speech, going over and over it. I didn't have to work so hard. I hired a videographer. I hired a speaking coach. I didn't have to work that hard. I was obsessed, yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna have you guys share just briefly on what you did during your integration week. What things did you incorporate? There were lots of things on the sheet. Or if you did, I know, Barbara, you have some great stories. So we're just gonna go around briefly, but Christelle, I know you have to jet off at 8, so I'd like you to share first.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So I think the biggest thing I've been trying to incorporate is just more mindfulness in general and just being more aware of, for me, I believe that I'm the creator of my own reality.
We are.
And looking at what is my part in the reality that I am living. And so I've been listening to some really enlightening podcasts that are really helping, and I just stumbled upon Tara Brach.
She's good, isn't she?
Familiar with her?
Yeah.
And I listened to her podcast on control and how she talked about being in a trance of doing. And the key is stepping outside that trance and living in the sacred pause. And so I've been practicing when I find myself creating a reality of obsessive compulsiveness and anxiety and stress. Because I mentioned before how I can actually now finally feel how that manifests in my physical body now that my mind-body connection is getting more healed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way that that feels. And so I've been at least more hyper aware of, okay, I'm in the doing trance now. And telling myself, it's all in, and I don't mean this in any kind of condescending way. Like, it's all in my head. I'm creating this.
It is.
And not
Beautiful.
Not from a place of shame or guilt, but from a place of like, kind of like to calm me down. It's almost like my brain, the only way I can describe it is like my brain gets on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I put sand on the fire? And so.
Ooh, that's a
things
good
like
visual.
looking-
Yeah.
Yeah, so things like taking those deep breaths and actually touching my stomach or touching some part of me, putting, hand to my, touch on me to like really center myself. And saying to myself, okay, if I'm creating this, that means I can change it.
Do you see how you changed?
And
You've changed over this time. You've changed so much. Do you recognize that? Do you congratulate yourself for it?
I was actually talking to somebody about that today. I think, unfortunately, for me, I'm the last person to see it in myself. And sometimes because of that, I'm not saying I don't go down the rabbit hole of shame, I do, just like, you know, I do. Sometimes I have a hard time feeling like, am I making progress? Is it getting any better? Like, I ask those questions too.
But those are non-empowering questions. So I would suggest, I invite you to ask a question like, instead of, is it getting better? What would it be like when I'm fully healed? What would it be like?
Yeah.
You know, because those are non-empowering questions. And even though we're doing all the law of attraction stuff, I'm, you know, like you're doing, which is great. When we ask those non-empowering questions, we bring our frequencies down. And we can't be at the vibration of our highest good, highest and best. So, great job. Yeah. So let's get some more shares. Who wants to go about just what you did over the integration week? We had 2 weeks off. Anything for you, Marjorie? I know that you've been eating really well. Yeah.
Yeah, our church is on this 10-day Daniel's fast. And they gave us a list of everything we can have and stuff not to have. So I've been creating dishes within those guidelines. Except for Saturday night, I went to a 16-year-old girl's birthday party.
You went to a birthday
And I
party.
had salmon, but we weren't supposed to be having any meat. But other than that,
She had salmon. So, but
no, it's not on the list.
pescatarian, but
Vegetables
Yeah.
only and
But-
no sugar and no dairy.
nice. But I think it's really funny because what was a binge food you would have binged on before, and think now it was salmon.
Fried chicken maybe?
Yeah, fried chicken, and now you've gone to healthy salmon. I mean, like, really? Yeah, I think we all have trouble recognizing how well we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So just give yourself
So
a
for breakfast
congratulate
today, I
yourself.
had my leftover, I had sauteed onions and tomatoes. And then I threw a whole big bag of frozen okra.
Onions, tomatoes, and okra. It's
seasoning.
delicious.
So good. So I had that for my breakfast.
Beautiful, beautiful. So good. Angela, do you just want to share? You're super healthy. I know.
Yeah, she looks super healthy.
I know your mom has shared that. What's one tip you can give us all about really getting healthy and staying healthy?
Oh, that's difficult because, you know, we're not God. I believe in God. And I just
So do
don't
I.
believe He made us with a cookie cutter. We're all,
Oh,
even
so
though
true.
we're the same, we're all different, you know, we're all unique. And, you know, from our blood types to our genes to our DNA, and there's things that are going to satisfy you that are not going to satisfy me. Just how I didn't ever cut your name, but you're saying you're constantly hungry. You know, well, that can have a lot to do with your metabolism. Your metabolism is probably a lot faster than maybe yours is, you know, so you need to eat more often. So, the only thing I could
what's
say.
fun is great.
Sure.
Because we all try things on
Yeah.
and see what works for us.
You
So,
have to
yeah.
see, and that's what I was going to say, is that, you know, you can't necessarily base your journey on someone else's. It's your individual journey, and you have to find what fits you, what you wear best, and what works for you. And there's some trial and error there, and you just keep going. You don't stop. You just keep going. But I've never believed in the whole diet thing.
Thank goodness. Never
Because it
believed in the
just-
diet thing.
Well, because it's something that kind of has a beginning and an end to it, you know, whereas your lifestyle is not like that, you know, it's a constant journey until your last breath.
So true.
So it's just a matter of finding those things that work for you, and you just keep going, and you just never give up on that. And you listen to your body.
That's
If
the
you're hungry,
hugest
eat.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, just being aware of that. And if you're not hungry, like I was not hungry, so I did not eat. But that's just.
Beautiful. And
that's
so
just
many
who I
people
am.
would be afraid that, you know, they would be like, oh my gosh, I can't not eat because I don't want to offend anyone.
Sure.
We have to take care of ourselves.
Right.
But also, sometimes when you're hungry all the time, I didn't say this, but it's an estrogen deficiency. So if we're of the menopausal age, it can be estrogen, and there's ways to fix that. And you're meeting with me on Thursday, so we'll talk about that. Because it can totally be estrogen. Estrogen can fool us, our hormones, into thinking we're hungry all the time. So,
It's true.
yeah. Barbara, you want to go?
I had already shared, I like what Christelle said about being mindful and mindfulness, because I tried to do that, to be present in the moment and not try to let my thoughts go everywhere like they do, because I think women are really good at multitasking. It's like one of the best
So
things.
good at multitasking.
And multitasking's great, but
Until
it
it's
doesn't
not.
bring peace in your soul. And I feel like, I'm trying to look at one thing at a time instead of letting everything, run together. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful, great. And Esmito, is there one thing that you've tried on in the last 2 weeks that you want to share about?
I went on vacation, which was good.
She said vacation.
Huh?
Yeah.
allergies.
But this,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
I can help you with that. We'll talk about that on Thursday with essential oils.
okay,
Because there's 3 that are amazing for allergies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need it. But because I was constantly hungry and I was constantly going for milk, I kind of started giving myself permission to have milk. And it's been better, but I started researching a little bit why I'm constantly hungry. And I read that out of Ayurveda,
Oh, good.
which tells me what kind of a constitution I have and
Love
what kind of
Ayurveda.
foods I need to eat. So it says milk is okay, and I should avoid the nightshade vegetables, the tomatoes, and
Are you pitta kapha?
mostly pitta.
I thought so.
Yeah. So
Well, but you have to remember too, dairy is one of the biggest allergens. And it causes
I know.
allergies, so.
I know.
Bacon and
So-
cheese.
But when I have dairy for the time,
I can't
when
stand
I'm
it.
off it, I am craving something creamy and sweet.
Okay.
And I've not been able to find a replacement,
Well,
and that's why I
ice
keep
cream.
going back.
You could do a coconut cream, ice cream, you can make your own. However,
No, but I'm not looking for cold.
okay, oh, you want something warm, creamy
Yeah.
and sweet. Yeah, so
Yeah, and I-
we'll talk more about that, but I recommend you do that. What am I hungry for? Creamy and sweet. Am I hungry for more sweetness in my life? Am I hungry for soothing comfort? What is it that I'm really looking for, and how can I find the creamy and sweet in a non-food instead of a food? Because it can be our brain that's tricking us to be hungry as well.
Yeah,
Our brain talks often and doesn't connect with our bodies, so
yeah.
just
But-
something to look at. What were you gonna say,
I'm
Christelle?
gonna sign off, I just wanna say bye.
Bye. Good to have you on the call. Awesome.
But since I looked at following
Yeah.
that diet,
Mhm.
maybe it's mental or whatever, but I do feel a bit better
We're doing what?
by avoiding some of the things they have on the list.
Okay, yeah.
And like there are certain grains that they say preferably not, or I still haven't started I still don't eat wheat, but I cut out I'm trying to avoid corn and amaranth and quinoa that I was doing before.
Okay.
I don't know.
Beautiful,
I'm giving
and
it a
that's your
try.
experimentation. And what I suggest, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but write it down,
Okay,
because we forget.
yeah,
And we don't want to be so restrictive that we feel caged in.
yeah.
So that can be a challenge as well. But like me, I've been dairy, gluten, and sugar-free for, 10 years, and I feel better than ever. So it's really looking at like Christelle was saying, it's looking at what you can do for your health and not seeing it as, oh my gosh, I can't have this. It's more about, oh, I am really working to get better and better health, so I'm eating something that nourishes my body more, and it's a mindset shift,
Uh-huh.
such a mindset shift.
It is, and I did it so successfully last year.
And you
Get
will.
on- Get on the bandwagon.
Well, so I want you to tell yourself, I am getting, you know, if we keep saying we can't, you'll never get there.
Yeah.
So maybe
So-
say you are on the wagon.
Exactly. I am on the wagon,
It might be a different
exactly.
wagon,
I
but
love
it's
that. Or I'm really taking care of my health. I'm getting healthier and healthier every single day. It has to be your own words, but those affirmations, they work. So, what about for you, Seema?
I've been trying to also do not multitasking. Just focus on
Beautiful.
one thing, even if I'm like working on one thing, I get an email, I switch over to that to see what that is, especially if it's something I'm waiting for. But now I'm just doing the same thing, I finish this and then do anything else.
It's a challenge, and it's so good when we
Yeah.
finally get there.
So just trying to be more present and just working on that more and working on expecting,
Expecting, like,
just expecting things to happen that I want. We went to LA over the weekend to see UCLA and UC Irvine for my daughter.
wow.
And then my birthday was on Sunday, so
Happy
we went to-
birthday.
Yeah. So we went to the Golden Gate Park, and there was a lot of people. And when we finally found the Japanese tea garden, I said, I'm going to find a parking spot right away. And I did. As soon as I said that, the people came out. They were getting in their car. And so just, these things are a little bit more recognizable faster than
They're small,
anything else.
right,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
And I said, I'm gonna have a great day. No one's gonna fight. Generally, someone or other says something, right? And the whole day was just so beautiful. Everyone participated the way I always had wanted. It just felt so much love, and they're all doing things because they wanted to be there. They wanted to be with me, and the whole day went off really well.
The whole
Morning
day
to
went
night.
off.
And it just was so relaxing. It didn't feel like we were rushing around for anything. It was just nice. So
Don't you love it?
Just practicing that a lot more, and it's working out really great.
That's so nice. So one thing I always do when I get up, first thing when I get up, before I even get out of bed, I am expecting amazingly awesome outcomes today. And I also say, I am receiving my highest and best. My highest and best. And most of my days go pretty smooth. People talk about drama. I don't have much drama in my life, and just things go really smooth. But I also don't get involved in the drama. If someone has drama, I'm like, okay, that's for them, maybe for them, not for me, not for me. And I let them take care of their own stuff. But in some situations, it's hard because you love them or whatever. So, but maybe for them, they're on their journey, right? So I want everyone to take out, you all have a pen, and you've done this before, but I thought it would be great to review this. You have your circle of life. I just want you to look at this. We're gonna do it a little differently than we normally have. Normally,
Pens.
oh, you should have one.
Oh, you put them up.
I did. Normally we mark each one with where we are with a little ball, but I want you to look at this and just say, what is the one thing I want to improve? Look at all the categories.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, look at all the categories. Joy, spirituality, creativity, finances, career, health, education, physical activity, home environment, relationships, social life. What is the one thing you really, really want to improve the most? Pick one.
Put the circle where?
You don't have, just write it up at the top, whatever that is, or circle the one thing it is. We're gonna do it a little differently. And what I'd like you to do is when you take this home, do it the way it says, and see where, yeah. Because the exercise is kind of fun, but for today we're gonna do it a little differently than we normally do it. That one thing, the one thing. Now I want you to pick that one thing and circle it. Everybody got it? Now I want you to get out your blank piece of paper, and I want you to do a life vision with only that one thing. So you're gonna get your blank piece of paper and you're gonna write for about 3 minutes on what if that one place was perfectly aligned and exactly where you wanted it. And I had a magic wand and I could say, poof, That one place in your life is exactly where you want it. And you have magic in your life because it's so darn good in that one area. What would that look like? What would that feel like? What would having that do for you? So go. Just get really, really clear on that vision for yourself. And you have about 3 minutes, so keep writing. Get really descriptive. Right, what that would look like. And if you feel stuck, I want you to start writing what it would feel like to be in that place. Really write. What would it feel like? Think about how your life would feel. What would be around you? What would your environment be like? How would people treat you if you were in this place? Just really get descriptive. Let it all out. Think of the possibilities for your life. What's your life vision around this one step? What's the magic formula?
That's longer than 3 minutes.
I know. But everybody's still writing. You guys are enjoying it.
Give it a crank.
You can finish it at home. Everybody got it? Got it down? How beautiful. Look at all your visions. Beautiful. Great work. Just wrap it up. Take a deep breath in. And you know you can keep writing on this and keep creating it. So I want you to think of the opposite of this vision. Just for a minute. Think of the opposite. Think of what the crappiness is. And think if this situation, that crappy situation, were to last forever, what quality would you need to make it through? What quality would you need? Like, when my husband was so sick and he wasn't so nice, the quality I needed was positivity and more love, instead of buying into all his negative comments. And that's how I made it through it. And you all know he eventually died. But the way I made it through was I found more love in my life. And I was more loving to him, no matter what, I was loving. So what quality would you need to get through the negative situation that's exactly the opposite of what you have? I want you to write that down. Maybe just one word. Think about what that would be.
Can you say the question again?
Yeah.
One word?
You can have more. You can have a sentence. So if the quality that is the situation that's totally the opposite of what you want, if it were to last forever, what's the quality you would need to make it through it? And write that down. Does anyone need any help? What are you guys laughing about? You want to share? Okay. I'm glad you had a good chuckle. What's the quality? Does everybody have your quality?
If I could, come and live with you for 6 months?
There you go. We have an extra spare room. My son went to Louisiana.
No, and I'm being very
Oh, but
serious.
Johnny.
But
Mhm.
somewhere where I can just focus solely on me. I just haven't learned how to, I know you and I've talked, and you said you just gotta focus on yourself and don't worry. Your husband, he'll eat when he's hungry.
Right.
But I cannot in good conscience see him looking for something and it's not there, and then he just goes back and sits. But if I could just do me for 6 months.
I know, but that's probably not going to happen. So you have to think.
So that's my answer.
So you need, okay.
A realistic answer.
So I don't
But
know
it
how
needs
to come up
it needs
with
to be
an
realistic.
answer.
What about this? Every time you see him, you think back and you breathe into you have to have an anchor. You have to have an anchor. Something that anchors you inside of yourself, and you have to make it a habit. Right now it's a habit to go help Johnny get food and help him because you see him as the struggling little boy.
So does she.
Well,
she calls to
But she
remind him to eat.
she doesn't live with him every day, and she got the qualities from you, right? And so you need an anchor to break that habit. I know it's hard, and it's what gets us back into our bodies and really taking care of ourselves. Because none of us are going to starve, truthfully. I mean, you know, if
It's
you,
more than that though. It's
Yeah.
not, she's not just worried about him eating. He doesn't,
he doesn't take care of
he
himself,
doesn't
right?
take care of himself.
I know,
And
I know.
so she doesn't make sure that he takes these different supplements. All those bottles will stay full. So I get what she's saying.
I totally get it. But think about the energy you're putting out. And it's energy. It's not like energy of moving. It's you're putting out
It's
all this
mental
energy,
energy.
and
Yeah.
it's taking the energy away from you to really develop this divine, beautiful body that you want, and get your knee fixed and everything else that goes along with that. And so in the energy codes, there's an exercise. It's called I can't remember it now, but I'll explain the exercise and I'll find the name for you guys. You know how we always focus on other people?
Mm-hmm.
It's about bringing it back to yourself. So stare in front of you for about 5 feet. Just take a moment and breathe and stare at a place in front of you for 5 feet. Just stare. And now bring that energy back into your heart and focus on your inner self. Just imagine the energy moving back in. Where do you feel in your most power? When you were focused on the other spot 5 feet in front of you? Or when you bring it back in and you're focused more inside? It's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this week I'd like you to really focus on bringing it back in. Because to heal, it's an inner game. We have to go inside. If we're always taking care of everyone else, we can't bring that power back inside of us.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying it because I know you feel love. I'm from a place of love, but it's also like a little hard love. Could it be that you're using your husband as an excuse not to focus on you?
Heck, no.
No.
I'm not saying that he
She
probably
knows
needs
me.
someone to help him and all that, but using him to say, okay, I
Oh,
can't focus on
a
myself
distraction.
because-
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It is a distraction,
Yeah.
but I'm not using it for that.
Well, and you've really
So when
improved.
yeah,
You've changed because you used to. Or maybe you did or you didn't. But he was always the reason. You know, there's the victim mentality. You know, I can't get well because of everything outside of you. We have to go inside ourselves and look at what we really need instead of pointing fingers because we'll never get healthy and well. Or, you know, for me, when my husband was so sick, it was always his fault that I was in chaos all the time. We couldn't be on time to appointments. Well, it wasn't his fault. That was silly. But I used it as an
no,
excuse
trust me, I'm not.
or why I ate, you know,
Let me
whole
give you an
pizza.
example.
And we believe you.
Like Jared, like doing my vegetable
Mhm.
thing, he said no how, he doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
So then I can't just focus on what I'm gonna do, I need to prepare. And sometimes I just wanna just eat what I'm gonna eat and be done.
Yeah.
But I can't in good conscience not fix anything. I haven't gotten to that.
Okay. And
Doesn't
maybe
that
you
take
never
what he
will.
Eventually he'd eat. He'd have to get himself
He
something
would
to eat.
eat, but it's just, it's like I said, it's more than that. It's making sure he takes all the stuff he's supposed
He had
to
a
take.
stroke and all, it just.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just, you know, you'll ask him just something simple like water. He's terrible on water. How much water have you had? And he's like, oh yeah, I've had a lot. And
Well,
you
we-
see one little bottle.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's stuff like that. It's like, you know, I call all the way from
So
LA
I don't
and
know
I
how
have
to
my
discern.
own
I know.
things
That's
to
what I'm
do,
saying.
and he's
Yeah.
certainly not a distraction for
Yeah.
me, but because he's my dad, I want to make sure he's on
Exactly.
it and taking care of it. And I know that's where she is too,
Right.
because she doesn't want another episode. So
And we teach people how to treat us. And we teach people how they can, for years and years, you've done everything for him. So it's learned behavior. So it's baby steps about backing away, taking care of yourself more, because what we focus on is what we attract. So if you're thinking he's never gonna take care of himself, he probably won't, right? So we have to have this vision for ourselves, if you have this vision for yourself, it's about less complaining and more visioning. The vision has to be more powerful than the complaint. And through your life, through the day, you have to be visioning this, what you really want for your life, more than you're thinking, oh, I can't do it, it's not working, my body's not working. It's about seeing it differently more often than not. So let's do a little visioning exercise. I want you to think about, reread what you wrote, and then close your eyes, and we're just gonna see and feel ourselves there. So as soon as you're finished reading it, close your eyes. Imagine yourself in this space. See yourself really excited about it. Shift to the possibilities. Maybe add more possibilities to this vision. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Feel it in your body. What if all your needs in this category were met? What if you had everything was working in this category for your greatest good? Feel that feeling in your body. So pain pushes and the larger vision pulls and gets you to where you need. So what's the larger vision for you? Just feel it in your body. Notice what's happening in your body. Notice if anything's achy or painful. Does it feel a little bit better? See the vision. See it, see it, see it, see it. What would you like to upgrade? Breathe into that. See yourself achieving the upgrade. Know you have it. Get into the details. What would it look like? What would it feel like? what would having it do for you? If you had total certainty, 100% that you deserve your dream body and your dream life. See it for yourself now. And open your eyes. Do you feel a little different?
I could do that all day.
I know. Well, and that's my point. Thank you, Angela. You really have the lead in for that. That's what we need to do all day long. We need to visualize it. And you start with whatever the category is that you picked. And then when you're really achieving it, you can add 2. You can add 3. And that's what we're going to do as we move through this. And there may be some categories like, you know, I'm not that creative. I really don't care if I have more creativity because I feel like I'm pretty creative with what I do. So I can scratch that one off. It's not like you have to get this perfect or do it perfectly because that's not what it's about. It's about visioning into what you need for your life. So we're gonna do one more mindful eating exercise, but this time it's gonna be a lot more fun. So let me tell you what these are. This is unsweetened chocolate. It's an organic chocolate that I got. And I added a little tiny bit of honey because it doesn't taste good without honey, so sorry about the sugar thing. But it's honey, right? So you can eat this every now and then, but I married it with protein. So remember our tamari toasted pumpkin seeds? They're in here. And goji berries, which are kind of sweet. So everyone take one. And I just melted it. You have the recipe. And I put a little cinnamon in.
Put it on here?
Yeah. I put a little cinnamon in just to make it taste good. And you can add seasonings. You could add savory seasonings. But these are pretty amazing. So I thought you deserved. Oh, wait. We're going to do a mindful eating exercise. So I know you're hungry.
Pick it up and not.
No, they're tamari toasted pumpkin seeds
So those are really
and
good for us.
goji berries.
Goji berries.
So just close your eyes and think about what you're going to do this week to eat more mindfully. And if you're already eating really mindfully, how could you upgrade it even a little more? And now breathe in, smell the chocolate, and keeping your eyes closed, take a bite. And really savor it with your eyes closed in your mouth. And notice the flavors. Do the same exercise that we did at the beginning. Really taste, taste, taste. Notice how different this is than how you normally eat. Notice what's happening in your stomach, in your gut.
It's melting.
I know. Chew, 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 chew. Think of what pure pleasure you want in your life. And how can you incorporate the pleasure of this goodie into the pleasure you want in your life? What one thing do you need to do to incorporate more fun, joy, and pleasure in your life? Take a deep breath in, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, you can finish it, but eat it more mindfully. And one thing I like to do when I eat sugar is really eat protein with it. Even I don't eat processed sugar, but you know, I'll do honey or something like that. Make sure you have a little protein with it. Yeah.
Such as.
Well, you know, in the morning, say if you put, I don't recommend putting honey in your tea every day, but you can, yeah. Oh, okay,
And
another
midday.
day, yeah. So you're just spiking your insulin levels, spiking your insulin levels. But if you're eating sugar, you know, or something sweet, like even if you go for a cookie, eat some nuts with it. You know, just a little protein with it. So then you're getting protein, so you're stabilizing your blood sugar. How do you guys like the chocolate?
It's really good.
Isn't it good?
So this is a true story from
Uh-huh.
one of my colleagues. She was pregnant and she got gestational diabetes. And the doctor told her to avoid sugar, but she had tremendous ice cream cravings.
Okay.
So she would take a 1/4 cup of ice cream, and along with it, she would eat about 15 almonds. and she would check her blood sugar after, and if she ate almonds with her ice cream, her blood sugar would not spike.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. Protein keeps everything stable. Thank you for sharing that story, because it's so true. And it really can keep everything stable. But that doesn't mean you go out and eat, 17 cups of ice cream. But
that small
we
ones,
should-
Another person has a protein when they're allergic to nuts. In fact, they're deadly.
Yeah, so I don't eat a lot of nuts, and just because they don't digest very well in my system. So you don't need that. I mean, you
I'm
could,
talking
Oh.
for my granddaughter. We cannot
Okay.
even have these around.
Yeah, we have to wash
Wow.
our hands as soon as we leave.
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Fatal.
Yeah. So she can't have nuts. So, what should she have as protein? Unfortunately, the things that are protein don't really go with sugar or chocolate, like,
So you would just have to
Meat.
make straight chocolate, huh?
but you
But
could
she
do
eats, there's a lot of protein in beans and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
I was
She
thinking,
eats
like,
all that kind of
chocolate covered garbanzo beans or something. I mean, you could get creative. The garbanzo
She
beans
doesn't
that we
like
make.
chocolate anyway.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter, right? Or something sweet, but yeah. She'll be okay because you guys are there taking good care of her, right?
This is yummy though.
Isn't it delicious? So for a little treat, I wouldn't recommend it every single day. I feed you guys desserts most every time we meet, but it's just introducing you to things you can eat that are a little bit healthier. But it doesn't mean we need desserts every single day. So I want you to think about your one takeaway that you're going to take away with you this week and do from what we learned today. And how are you going to eat a little more mindfully? And so I want you to write that down. Are you going to visualize and sit in your vision? What is it that you're going to do this week or in the next 2 weeks? Because we have 2 weeks. What can you do? Instead of me giving you the play work, I want you to create it for yourself. And really focus on it and report in, stay accountability with
You
GroupMe.
know what I want to do?
What?
I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I eat, no TV.
Beautiful. So you want to accomplish that, right? But sometimes when we hold on to things too deeply, I want it, you're telling the universe that you don't have it. So I want you to just put it in a God box, write it down. I am eating mindfully without TV. Put it in your God box or some special place, and then let go of it. Because when we let go, that's when magic happens.
Mm-hmm.
But if we think we want it, we hold on to it more tightly. And it's hard to release it.
Because it's hard to control quantity when you're enjoying TV
Well,
and
you're not even paying attention.
Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't, you don't even notice that you've eaten the whole box because you're focused on something else. We need to focus on our food, right? So I would love for you to report in on GroupMe. We have a app where we all talk to each other.
Oh, fun.
So how you're doing with your one thing. And so was this helpful tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Does everybody have their one thing? And use your visions every day. Every day, sit for 5 minutes and meditate on your vision. It's amazing how you can change your life. Yeah. So, any questions?
I had mentioned to her, did she bring our eggs? And she told me to pay attention. She didn't bring the eggs.
Oh, that's okay.
Because I shared them with Catherine.
Oh yeah, they were
Best
great.
eggs I've ever.
But I've been looking around. I can't find them here,
Oh,
so
yes.
I don't know.
What eggs
There's
are
got to be a place for really
Oh,
good, healthy
so
eggs.
Good.
What eggs are
Where do you
these?
get them?
What is-
LA.
I bring them to her.
Do you buy them at a ranch or?
Yeah, well, I don't buy them at the ranch. I buy them at the farmer's market.
Oh.
But they have a ranch, and I've been going to them for 9 years now.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
they even offered me a chicken because they know me so well now. They're like,
Have
take
you?
a chicken, and I really want to do that, but I'm not set up for that right now. Hopefully in the future, but
To lay your own.
right now we have too many coyotes around that drive
Oh,
me
yeah.
crazy. Going out
What
every
city do you live
day,
in?
there's no chicken.
Yeah, right, the chicken would be gone.
Yeah.
Santa
I
Clarita.
live in Santa
Oh,
Clarita,
nice,
right
nice,
where
yeah.
Magic Mountain
Magic
is.
Mountain.
Mhm.
I grew up in Orange County, so I know it
Okay.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, I've just been there
There's a lot of
2
coyotes,
years
yeah.
now. Yeah,
Nice.
so
Yeah, they're eating
seeing
your
the
chicken.
coyotes and stuff is new. I come from the beach city, so it's completely different.
Totally different,
experience.
right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but the place that they're actually in Orange County. Their ranch is in, I believe it's in Temecula. Yeah, and so
Nice.
you know, they've really. Is that me? Sorry. My dad has my kids, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little, you know, multitasking as we
Yeah.
talked about. But yeah, they have different different days that they'll go to the different markets or whatever. And so the closest one to me is actually 26 miles. But
And you
it's-
make that trek
It's worth
because it's
every
worth it.
single mile. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't feed their chickens any soy. They let their chickens eat of the earth. You know, so and you can taste it. It's really good.
That's
and
great.
all they do is clean them with soap and water. That's it.
So no bleach, that's
No,
great.
no, no. And that's what people
Yeah.
don't realize. When you get
Mm-hmm.
eggs out of the store, by law, they have to wash those
Mm-hmm.
eggs with chlorine, and that breaks the cuticle, which is why you have to put them in the refrigerator because there's nothing to protect them anymore.
Yeah.
But fresh farm eggs, you could leave them on your counter. You never have to refrigerate them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long
so-
do they
Thank you.
So good.
Weeks.
Weeks, they last
Weeks.
I have a
I've had
girlfriend
some
that
for
has
8
chickens.
weeks, and
Yeah.
they've still been good.
Wow.
But
amazing.
after about, usually after the second week, I'll put them in the refrigerator just to kind of, you know,
Yeah.
prolong their shelf life or whatever. But yeah, they're
So I'm
amazing.
looking for something for us around here, but I have some feelers out, so
Okay.
more to
Good.
call.
Tried the farmer's market, the
Farmers
Boston
markets.
Farmers market.
They do
I
sell
do.
eggs.
We just need to
Yeah,
know
we'll
what,
have to check, I don't,
what they
I'll
feed
Check the
them.
stuff.
yeah.
I tried the one off of Willow Pass years
Okay.
ago. Do they still have that one?
I don't know, cause I don't get up that way. but-
Okay, I
Mhm.
tried it years ago, and I tried some eggs there, and they were okay. But yeah,
We
you
can
know,
find something around here. I
you'll
know we
find
can.
it. You'll
But I
find
didn't
it.
wanna look down here for you because you
I'll
wouldn't,
come down here.
oh, okay, really?
This
To
is,
the farmer's market?
I'm here.
Okay, great,
At
I
your
know.
house.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll look around and we'll see what we can find.
Mileage is
Yeah.
nothing else. I just
I
told
know.
you, I would you go 26
Yes.
miles just for
Totally
eggs.
cool,
And
totally
I got
cool.
that from her and my dad.
Yes.
'cause
Yeah, we,
they would,
distance
it was
is
something we
nothing.
wanted. They would just drive us like, oh, let's just get in the car and go. No big
Awesome.
deal.
So thank you for spending time with us,
Thank
Angela.
you
Such
for
a
allowing
pleasure to
me.
meet
It
you.
was wonderful.
Hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah, wonderful.
Bless you.
So thank you everyone, and you'll get the recording, so let's end the meeting.
There's a white truck
Is
outside.
the recording stopped? Great.
Is that your
Here's
car
your
outside?
trash.